Hi guys, welcome to Music Mac channel. This is Selva Kumar. Today we are going to be reviewing a brand new camera from Panasonic. It's the Panasonic S1H. It just got released last week at Chennai. So I'm going to be running through the key features of this camera. My association with Panasonic started a couple of years back. I was their mentor for the Panasonic GH4 and the GH5. Followed by this, there was the GH5S, which was also a phenomenal camera for video. Followed by the success of these cameras, there was always been a contention that everybody wanted a full frame camera. And Panasonic was looking to do this for a long time too. So they actually teamed up with Leica and Sigma. With this three-way alliance, they announced the S1, a revolutionary camera which is a full frame with a Leica glass and a new mount. So this camera, when it came out, was not very impressive because the video side, the specs were very limited. They did not even have a vlog for it. They did not have the 42210 bit and all that when it came out. It was looking more like a very good still shooter. Though they had two variations. The second variation is a killer. Is the S1R, which is a 47 megapixel camera. It is an awesome camera for every kind of work when it comes to stills. It was the highest megapixel mirrorless camera till the Sony just beat it with a 61 megapixel A7 Mark IV. Regardless, the S1R is a very capable still camera. Does not have a AA filter. When the S1H was announced a couple of months back, this camera has a AA filter, so the moire is less and it's much better for video. Except for this, hardware wise there's not much changes. Both have the same 6K sensor. It can do 6K 24 frames 10 bit in a 420 color space. But it was a strange 3:2 aspect ratio. It's more squarish kind of aspect ratio. When it comes to the 16:9 aspect ratio, then the resolution drops to 5.9K, which is quite good. So you can just scale that resolution down to 4K. It has tons of flavors in 4K. You can do 42210 bit, all eye, and all this kind of things, good stuff that GH5 had, plus more. So we will get into a separate video to look at all the resolution this camera supports, the big list resolutions. The vlog is now built in, of course, because this is a video centric camera. They have a vlog built in, and this vlog is slightly different from the vlog L which the GH5 used to have. This is a Panasonic vlog which is there in the VariCam range of cameras of Panasonic. So this camera is actually stepping closer to the VariCam range in terms of the features. Even the VariCam does not have 6K right now, so it's actually a little more advanced even than the VariCam. It is a different form factor of a EVA1, which has got similar specs, but still does not have 6K. So this is actually a fantastic camera with such a beautiful form factor. You have everything you can ask for when it comes to video. In terms of the autofocus, the performance is much better than the S1 and also the GH5. It's vastly improved, but still I wouldn't say it's the best. There's always room for improvement. The vlog profile is very good. I've shot some footages on the beach. I've published some graded footages, and it works beautifully with Resolve. Now the card slots have been changed. The S1 had a XQD slot and a SD card slot, whereas this one has two SD card slots, and every resolution is managed beautifully within the SD cards. Even when you're shooting 6K, there is no problem recording on a SD card. So it is very efficient. Panasonic and Atomos are working together to get the V5 recorder compatible with the S1H. So there will be a ProRes RAW support similar to the EVA one. So once that comes out, that's going to be yet another big jump in terms of quality that you can get out of this camera. The price right now in India is 3.2 lakhs for the body alone. That's the MRP price. The customer price can vary after some discounts. The price in the US is $4,000, which is 2.8 lakhs. And with the 18% GST and 15% customs duty, this price is really good in India. And we are expecting a much better price after all discounts. The lens that's there on this camera is a 24-70 f2.8 lens. This is a brand new lens. There is no kit lens for this S1H, so you can either buy the 24-70 f2.8 or the older 24-105 f4 lens, or the 70-200 lens, or a 50mm lens. Except for this, there are a lot of lenses that have come from Sigma. Sigma has come out with a big lineup of lenses for the S1 and S1H. Also, they have come out with an adapter which will allow you to use Canon glasses with the S1H. There will be only a single point autofocus on the Canon adapter lenses, but it works. So in terms of the display, there's a big change. When the S1 came out, the S1 did not have an articulating screen just like the GH5. That was a big complaint for a lot of the users. But this one is really great. So if you look at this camera and the display, so you can do the same articulating screen just like how you do it with the GH5. It goes a little bit more extra. So for example, this door is here, which I've opened the door. You see a full-size HDMI port here. If you plug in a HDMI cable and you're going to open this display, I'm sure this display is going to obstruct with the HDMI cable just down here. So for you to get around that problem, now it's possible to flip the camera display just like what you do with the Sony camera, but again, it's fully articulatable. If you look at this, this is an awesome way to shoot. So it's going to be a joy for a lot of video filmmakers out there. So the display could be articulated to whatever direction you want. And there's so much options in terms of how you could shoot with this monster. This camera is surely a video-centric camera. So those of you who are looking to do vlogging, is also possible with this camera if you can actually tolerate the weight. The weight is quite substantial compared to the GH5. But in terms of quality, it is somewhere else. Look forward for a video from me. I would be comparing the S1H with a Blackmagic Pocket 6K camera. I hope this video is very useful for you. If you like the video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our Music Mag channel. Also, click on the bell icon so you can get a notification as and when we publish new videos. We are going to be constantly publishing videos, 2 to 3 videos a week, both in English and Tamil. So thank you guys. This is Selvakumar signing out for Music Mag. Thank you.